Before I start the discussion, I want to make clear that this is not a hate video. Yeah, this video will tackle my initial impressions on the voice acting of the Trese anime on Netflix based on the trailer. So yeah, let's get into it. So before I talk about Liza and Shay, I would like to commend the side characters, the people who voice the side characters. They are amazing. Their voices sound very authentic, both the English and the Filipino versions, the monsters, all the background characters. They have this very authentic Filipino accent, even when speaking in English, and that's a very, very good touch. Makes everything feel real to me. And this goes without saying, but of course, the same thing can be said about the Filipino version. Just amazing. I hope they got paid a lot for this because they are truly amazing. Now, on the other hand, Liza and Shay. Okay, before I talk about them, I want to be clear that I do not hate them. What I'm about to say, yeah, this is just honest criticism, and I do wish the best for both of them. Liza and Shay, if you're watching this, what I have to say, just take this as, I guess, an opportunity to do better. About Liza, I think her acting really lacks character, really lacks emotion, lacks the layers needed when you're voice acting. Because when you're voice acting, you have to know your character. Liza, to me, just sounds like she's just being herself. And that's not what acting is supposed to be. Acting is about portraying a character, not just yourself, not just who you are. Rather, you're putting yourself in the shoes of the character. That's what acting is supposed to be. And Liza's acting so far in the trailer doesn't feel that way to me. But then again, this is just the trailer. Maybe we can see more of her performance. Maybe she is better in the actual show. So let's wait for that. Anyway, what I think Liza can improve on, her voice. I can still tell that English is her first language. Some of the vowels she pronounces still sound very social. And me, yes, as someone who is also an English first language, an EFL, I will admit it is hard, and I think Liza just needs to practice more. I will admit there are Filipino words that are hard to say in Filipino voice acting. And I just think she should practice more. Practice saying these Filipino vowels more, like the letter O, and try to get to know Trese more, what kind of character she is, because I did not get the cool detective vibe, cool badass detective woman vibe when I listened to Liza's voice. And yeah, I think Liza just needs to know her character more. And I guess the same thing can be said about Shay. Now, Shay isn't bad, but you can still tell that she's not a voice actor. If you want to know who I'd cast for Trese, I'd say Inka Magnaye as the Filipino voice and Faye Mata as the English voice for Trese. They are both very good voice actresses, both Faye and Inka. And I think they can both sound like, the badass woman who Trese, I believe, is supposed to be. And yeah, that's what I think about the casting. Although something I do find weird is the contrast between the casting for the main characters and the side characters. The side characters sound like industry veterans. Wow. Whereas Shay and Liza just sound like these are actresses who were just casted for voice acting roles. Okay, again, I do not hate them. This is just me wanting this to be better, and again, I do want this to be as successful as it can be. I hope Liza and Shay eventually prove me wrong. I actually really hope they do. Anyway, like what I was saying, I think it's so weird how the casting director decided to go with really, really authentic sounding side characters But for the main characters, they just decided to go with the route of casting a pretty and very famous celebrity for probably marketing purposes, which I respect. That's okay. That's okay. I just find it weird how there's such a contrast between the side character voice acting and the main character voice acting, or casting rather. And this strategy, the celebrity strategy, has failed multiple times in the past. Like, one notable example is Barangay 143 and the 2017 Voltas 5 redub. Those were both not very successful. Another example is Final Fantasy Spirits Within. The casting director chose celebrities and it wasn't very successful, so he changed his strategy for future Final Fantasy castings like FF10. For FF10, he learned from his mistake from Spirits Within and decided to cast actual voice actors. It's because when you're casting celebrities, people will remember the characters, not as the characters, but as the celebrities. But if you cast actual voice actors who can really bring out the character of the character through their voice, then people will remember these characters as characters of the story, and eventually get to know the voice actors afterwards. So it's a win-win. I mean, I'm not saying that the celebrity casting always fails. I mean, if the actor is good, if the actor can also function as a voice actor, it will be successful. Like, for example, a lot of Disney movies have casted actual actors, and those were successful because these actors are actually good as voice actors also. Another example would be Hayop Ka. Now, Hayop Ka had veteran actors who are really good in their craft that they can also be voice actors. Angelica Panganiban, she's amazing. She was amazing in Hayop Ka for me. Now the question is, can Shay and Liza live up to that? For now, I'm not convinced, but I do have hopes. And like, I really do hope this ends up a success. I want to say that I'm happy that even though I'm not liking Liza's voice, it's good to see other people are. It's good to see that like people are actually really supporting Liza, and I think that's a good thing. I think that's a very good thing. And maybe the marketing does work that way. Oh, and the segue, the Japanese version, Japanese dub for Trese, amazing so far. So yeah, let's see if Liza and Shay can live up to that. And yeah, I guess that's it for the video. I hope you guys have a great week ahead. And Liza and Shay, if you're watching this, I just hope you do your best. And I just hope you did your best. If you ever want to pursue voice acting further, then I hope you do it with all your heart. So yeah, that's it. You guys have a great week ahead, and goodbye. Peace.